floats it, and McKenzie this time brings it home.
And how's that for putting an exclamation point on an outstanding afternoon? Watch Scott, great pickup on the block there. You see the man stepping in, and that time was Kevin Mitchell laying out a heck of a block to open up Jordan Scott by an extra second, and then the touchdown pass to McKenzie in the far corner of the end zone. And Bishop McDevitt, operating on all cylinders this afternoon, has jumped to a 28-0 lead. But now the mystery part of the tour begins one more time as they step up to try to hit the extra point.
Nice adjustment by McKenzie. Senior ending his career on a resounding note, and the kick is up, and it is good. And 29-0, Bishop McDevitt.
I was going to say, Jed, you know things are going well when they finally got one through the uprights there, because that's not the part of their game, and as we said, the only weakness of the game that we have seen in Bishop McDevitt has been that offensive special teams. But even that works on this particular series, 29-0, and you can see the celebration has started for the Bishop McDevitt Crusaders on the far sidelines. Only 3:26 to go in this game, and Scott has been nothing short of brilliant this afternoon. 12 of 19 in the passing department, 205 yards, and a pair of touchdowns.
Armando Chilmazo with the extra point. Well, for Chapman, his dad Harry Chapman won a lot of District 3 championships with Cumberland Valley. Died from cancer in 1989. We asked him before the game what he was thinking, but basically here, Jordan Scott, the knockout punch, I think they wanted him to go out in style, and here they do.
And what happened here, Kevin Mitchell opened up a little bit more time for Jordan Scott to get rid of that with a great block. He throws it downfield, finds his man McKenzie in the end zone. And I'll tell you, Harry Chapman III has got to be looking down right now. He's probably pretty proud of the Suns' effort and the team's effort here this afternoon as they lead 29-0 and are 3 minutes and 26 seconds away from a state championship.
He was joking with us. He says, well, he may not like the way we throw the football around, but last week he might have been proud because we used the power I to go 60 yards with the game on the line to win the Eastern Final against Lansdale Catholic. Ball is fielded by Ryan Dunmeyer. This is a 6'3" junior to the 38-yard line, and the countdown begins. 29-0. Crusaders on their way to the District 3 championship in AA.
You get the impression that Chapman Sr., had he been around, might not have liked the flea flicker play so well that they ran there.
What, the 3 handoffs?
Oh, my goodness.
I think Harry Sr., 3 handoffs means 1 series.
One of the things we haven't talked about this afternoon, the shoes of the team today. That's a ripple sole type shoe that you have to wear. It's not the normal spikes. And as we talk about that, look at the Bishop McDevitt people. Curtain call time.
Well, that defensive line, Corey Deibler, Don Painter, Steve Spoljarek, Rocco Cangelosi, Todd Rombach. There they are. They dominated right over that football today. And I mean, from start to finish, they made the statement, and it was a loud one, 29-0, and they're the big reason why.
You know, Duffy Daugherty, when his team first lost on artificial turf wearing the wrong kind of shoes, he was asked after the game, he said, did the shoes have a big bit to play with you losing this afternoon? He said, you know, blaming shoes for a loss is like blaming the Johnstown flood on a leaky faucet in Altoona. And that's exactly the way you look at it here today. You got to have the right equipment when you come to play, but I'll tell you what, it wouldn't matter what kind of shoes Bishop McDevitt had on this afternoon. They are fast on any surface you look at.
They've got big shoes to fill, though, with lots of seniors. Deibler, Painter, Jordan Scott, Rakai Nelson. These are the guys that really built this tradition. Ball is loose. Ball is scrambled for. I believe Burrell's got it. Underneath 3 minutes to go.
And for these Burrell kids, you know, today is one of those days you look at and you say, man, everything went wrong today that could have possibly gone wrong. As you see them cover up the fumble here. But at the same time, they're going to look back on this season as kind of a dream come true. They have really had a lot of fun. They've won a lot of close games. They've played with a lot of courage. They've been an underdog every game that they've gone into, and particularly in the WPIAL playoffs, and they've come out victorious, save this one game here against a very superior Bishop McDevitt team today.
Underneath 2.5 minutes to go. Handoff goes to Moore. Ball is loose. Ball is scrambled for, and I think Burrell got it back. That's the 3rd fumble now that they have recovered in the last 2 series. Loss all the way back to the 31 or 32-yard line. 32 will make it on the official spot. And again, it's tough to handle.
Well, Jed, the tenaciousness of this defense continues as they strip the ball away one more time. Burrell jumps on top, but they're going the wrong direction at the moment as they're all the way back to 3rd and 17. Now you'll see the handoff again. He has the football. Now it's stripped away. We can't see the number of the player that got his hand in there, but just basically stripped the ball off his body.
Final 150 of the game. Bishop McDevitt in control, 29-0, and on their way to a state championship. Jeff DeVore, great open field tackle that time. Jason Reed, he's a senior, getting some time, contributing scout, and also on special teams. A lot of these guys you don't see, Gary, and I know you say this about backups that don't see a lot of the limelight, don't see a lot of the playing time, don't think their contributions are not significant during the week. Guys like Jason Reed have a lot to do with why they're here.
Well, you have a team that has a Rakai Nelson, a Jordan Scott, a Mealy. You have people like that you hear about all the time. You don't hear about those guys. You also don't hear about the assistant coaches a lot of times. The Brian Bullocks, the Scott Feldmans, Rick Pierce, Mike Whitehead, Ron Rose. Those guys are very important, too, to this whole organization.
Burrell will punt, and we've got about a minute to go now, and counting as they have kind of a faster clock with this issue in hand. You're right, the assistants do make it, but Fort Chapman has rebuilt this program, and they are one to watch, and they are built for power. I guess the big question is, Fort Chapman going to be staying at Bishop McDevitt? And been wide speculation that he might become an assistant at Pitt or Penn State, or maybe take another head coaching job somewhere else in the area. Hate to see him lose him on this particular level. I think he'll be back maybe for a couple of more years at McDevitt, but you never know. The rumor mill is certainly going, and success brings that.
Well, he's a guy that certainly understands discipline on and off the field, as we see the handoff here by Bishop McDevitt, and flags down on the play.
Flags everywhere. Take your pick.
You know, it starts at the junior high level, too, for this Bishop McDevitt team. Kevin Lawrence, the junior varsity coach. Doug Ernie, a guy a lot of people remember out of Mechanicsburg, who's the quarterback coach on the junior varsity level, played at Rutgers. Not Rutgers, just Doug Ernie, the brother of the other Ernie, the old Ernie, who played at William & Mary as a receiver. And then Rick Perlick, a junior varsity assistant. Hey, these guys are all big. Craig Sherrick, the athletic trainer. Craig Shibley, the administrative assistant. Jim Bruno, the director of athletics over at Bishop McDevitt. It's a team approach, and Bishop McDevitt has brought that team approach here this afternoon to get ready to take home a gold medal.
Brought at least 2,000 fans for the ride down from the Harrisburg area to celebrate their moment in the sun. Kind of a surprise we'd see a moment in the sun today with the forecast that we had heading in. They were calling 4 to 6 inches, calling a 12-man on the field penalty.
Burrell figured, hey, maybe we could try something out there that we haven't tried.
Put an extra guy.
Didn't work. 15-yard penalty, and Bishop McDevitt still with the ball as the clock ticks to 30 seconds.
Into the game at quarterback now is Mike Kalili. He's a sophomore. He'll be one of the guys next year competing for the job. Handoff straight up the middle that time to Scott Copenheffer, and that'll do it. Final 15 seconds. As there you see the final play. We'll go now to live action. You can see Bishop McDevitt walking it off. It is over. Bishop McDevitt came in here with an attitude and a focus and a message and delivered it resoundingly. 29-0 against the Western champ Burrell, and District 3 has their first state champ since Cumberland Valley in 1992.
Well, Chad, you talk about a team that came in this afternoon and put together a combination that was lethal, and you talk about the Bishop McDevitt Crusaders who walk home with their first gold medal as you see them going through, congratulating a very game Burrell team that came in here, walking the tightrope throughout the course of the season, winning overtime games, coming from behind, being the perennial underdog. But Bishop McDevitt brought a lethal combination of speed and size here today to come in and walk away with the state championship. And you look at the numbers, and they stand tall here, 29-0, 152-17 in rushing this afternoon, 205-59 in passing for McDevitt, 357 yards of total offense to only 76 for Burrell. Mealy, 17 rushes for 80 yards. Jordan Scott, the quarterback, 12 of 19 for 205 yards, 2 TDs. And Rakai Nelson, 6 catches for 104 yards. And you know, they say big players come up in big games. Those three, the triumvirate, the big players for Bishop McDevitt this afternoon. And you look at the other side of the ball, and that entire defense could get a game ball as well, because they just shut down a high-octane, 30-point-a-game Burrell offense.
Well, Gary, the one thing you want to keep in mind, these are the two left standing in this particular bracket. It all starts in August. These two-a-days that you get to where temperatures are well over 100 degrees, and these guys are banging around for 5 months. You got to get here to have any shot. I know Burrell and the disappointment. You've been on both ends of this particular dial, and you look at Burrell in a losing cause. But I'll tell you, there's nothing to be ashamed of making it this far. You are a winner regardless of outcome.
Well, you know, you have to dance with the girl you brought to the dance, and that's exactly what Burrell did this afternoon. And you see it says AA state champion McDevitt now on the big sign on the far side as they start to unveil those. But Burrell came in here. They had a couple tough injuries this afternoon to the Horwath brothers. Both guys instrumental to their success. And, of course, Bishop McDevitt, that lethal combination we've talked about so often, just too much for the Burrell Buccaneers today.
Bishop McDevitt, too big, too strong, too much, too early, often, and it will, as they blow out Burrell 29-0 to get the job done and win what you see on your screen right there, the AA championship trophy in high school football. A lot of thanks to Brad Cashman, the executive director of the PIAA, and his staff, and of course Tom Bradley has really been our host this whole weekend here in Altoona. Got another game to follow on WITF Channel 33 for those of you staying with us in the Harrisburg area at 5. Lower Dauphin will go up against Penn Hills, the number 5 team nationally. There are the names of the people behind the scenes that bring you all of the pictures and sounds of this great event here in Altoona, and a lot of thanks as well to our friends at WBRE and Wilkes-Barre Scranton for getting this game back to the Harrisburg area as well. From Mansion Park in Altoona, McDevitt has won it 29-0. Have a great day, everybody.
This special presentation of